buying tasks. So the first thing is to do with identifying relevant and fashion trends. You normally go on to liaising with suppliers on product, presenting ranges of selected merchandise to colleagues and management, calculating profit margins, monitoring sales figures, reviewing and analysing competitors' ranges. Identifying relevant fashion trends. So every season we look at the key trends from the catwalk, pull off key designers who we think is looking really strong. Often we use trend websites as well, such as WGSN and Style.com. At Miss Selfridge in particular, we have a huge vintage archive. So literally we have a cupboard of literally from the 20s up until like current stuff, which we're always pulling out to look at different embellishments, trims, fabric. And the amount of times that these get used is just amazing. And I know it's a huge thing, not just at Miss Selfridge, but Arcadia. They send a lot of their BAAs to festivals. I'll show you a couple of key images. These are images of girls at festivals, so that's sort of the thing that you get sent out to do. So this May, Miss Selfridge are going to be launching sort of a festival pack. And we obviously look at street trends, so a lot of the time as an entry-level BAA, you'll be asked to go out and take pictures of what people are wearing, where they get their drinks paid, you get to go out and take pictures of everyone, and then in return you come back and present like what you found in local bars and sort of in Camden, in Shoreditch, like all of the sort of cool places. And then magazines, always rooting through magazines, pulling out tears, keeping things. So after gathering together all of our information, the latest trends, mood boards are created to capture the key looks, colours and shapes of the season. Boards are used by both designers and buyers to create their capsule for the season. Within Miss Selfridge, we actually have a design team who often create little dollies, which I'll show you, the key looks, so that the buying teams then know sort of what outfits that they should be looking at. These two boards, one of them is an accessories board and one's a print board, so they're the type of boards that the buying and design teams put together, and then every department will look at these for reference. So whether you're buying knitwear, whether you're buying jersey, whether you're buying denim, you sort of look at the boards to see whether your garments that you want to sort of put in the range are going to fit in nicely with the stories. And then we also have to look at colour palettes, so we'll pick out key colours from the season. And we give out swatches of fabric to all of our suppliers so they know what colours we're looking at. They can source those fabrics in those different colours, and they'll sort of do us a little lab dips of all the fabrics. So basically we're ready to rock and roll when we book all of our garments. Liaising with suppliers on product is a key role in buying. You have like a really strong relationship with all of your suppliers. After all the initial research is done from the design team, designers will draw out their sketches for the season, and then as a buyer it's your sort of decision as to who you send them to, because we have like a huge supplier base. So some of our suppliers specialise in just jersey wear, some do just denim. You don't generally find suppliers who do everything. And then your garments will come back, and then you can sort of fit them on a fit model, see how they look, and then the process goes on until you have something in store. So once you've got a range of garments back, you have to present your ranges to colleagues and management. So once a month, buying teams take part in a meeting known as sign-off, where any suitable garments are presented to management in the hope that they will be bought. So as you can see from that photo, that's sort of the way we do it. We wrap it up as to how it would look as a pack together. Your samples aren't always perfectly correct, but you know, they're used as markers, and then you work on them, you change the colours. But it's to give an idea, to show the number of tops to trousers that we're going to have, and to make sure that everything sort of can build an outfit. So the week before sign-off, when you're preparing everything and you're running around and you're getting your cost prices, it's just like minutes. Another role of the buyer is calculating profit margin. After management have signed off any product, initial cost prices are requested from the suppliers, so we can actually afford the garment. Often we'll have an amazing embellished top, but it'll be too expensive, we can't afford to buy it, so we'll have to take a few things off and sort of adjust it. At Miss Selfridge we work on like a 72% margin, so which is quite a big margin. And then it's the job of the assistant buyer to ensure that all the product is booked for the correct dates, to make sure that it all obviously comes in store in time. And another sort of part that you might not have thought comes from the buying side is monitoring sales figures. So every Monday morning the company releases their weekly sales figures, and it's both buyers and merchandisers who analyse these reports and look at sort of best and worst sellers. And every Monday morning there's a meeting. Everyone gets in really early on a Monday morning. Basically the whole of the office sits in a room and goes through so we can identify what's selling well, what's not, what we need to repeat back into, what we might do a move on version of. So obviously it's really key for buying side to look at this as well.